Hello, everyone. This is Professor Artiega here from your English C1001 class, and I wanted to go by and take the time to provide this video for you right here. It's just an intro video for the first week of class. I wanted to briefly go over some of the things that I would be talking about for the first day and what you can generally expect in this class. So, a couple of things I wanted to just sort of mention right out of the gate. Our class is going to meet one day a week, for the next 16 weeks. So there are a total of 16 classes. We meet on Thursdays, right? So feel free to go by and just check the schedule that I have sent to you, through the Canvas inbox, right? You can also check, your class schedules as well, right, for more information. A couple of things I wanted to mention as well, right? I have planned 4 essays for this class, right? It's subject to change, but I figure over 16 weeks, that seems pretty appropriate, It's going to be basically like a narrative essay. That's how I like to start off the class. It's going to be a research essay that's going to sort of segue a little bit into the first essay, that we were briefly talking about, and into that broader unit. And then lastly, there's going to be a policy paper or policy brief, that I had planned as well. This is going to connect back to the second unit that you've researched on. So everything sort of is building off of itself. And then lastly, I have a reflective essay, which is always just due at the end of the semester, So don't worry too much about that, as that's way ahead down the road. I do hold regular office hours, those are going to be this semester on Thursdays from 9:30 to 10:30. That's in room Q223. So on the second floor, you'll find a bunch of faculty spaces right there, faculty offices, and then there's a faculty workroom that I like to work in. That comes just before our class, again, from 9:30 to 10:30. You can access that on Zoom just by going into the announcements tab, or you can stop by in person, in Q223. Either one works. Um, Basically, for the first week, it's going to be pretty straightforward. I planned on talking about discourse communities, where I have to sort of a brief lecture on that. You'll notice some of the things in our module for week one. Those have already been posted. So if you go into the home tab, right, you should be able to see some of that information right there, or into the modules tab. Um, I'm basically going to start off, just with going over the syllabus. I have these general writing prompts that we do at the beginning of each class. So I'll go over that prompt on Thursday with you. And basically, you're going to start off each and every class, doing about 5 to 10 minutes of writing and then sharing it together as a class, Those are basically going to be our journal entries and classroom participation portion of our grade. I'll go over the syllabus as well, right? And so I have a couple of things planned for you too. And then lastly, we're gonna basically spend the rest of the first day doing an icebreaker event. I like to do icebreaker bingo. So keep in mind, right, it's gonna be a pretty relaxed day. Syllabus, icebreaker bingo, introducing ourselves, the journal write-up, briefly talking about what the class entails, and then just sort of going over some of the extra credit assignments and weekly modules and things like that, that just occur. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I prefer the Canvas inbox, right? That's embedded, automatically into Canvas, or you can you can also reach me, at CRTAGA3 at sierracollege.edu. I don't mind, when you reach out that way, but I tend to prefer the inbox because it makes finding those conversations we have a little bit easier, right? So that's sort of the reason why I prefer it. But CARTEAGA3 at sierracollege.edu is another way to reach me. Or again, through Zoom, and you would just check the announcements tab for that link, right? And for those optional office hours / student hours that Sierra hosts. So I look forward to meeting each and every one of you on Thursday, and I hope you have a nice day.